Coach, there are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Seattle Seahawks. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They run it here with Gordon. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check the backer, check the backer. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mariota. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
I got it. Mike, 55.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Ready, ready. On the bench. Watching your five. Here we go, D. Check three, check three, check three. Put it two, jet, cover. Put it two, jet, cover. E. Cut. Mike, 55.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be down at the 46. Well, they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Steelers' 46-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. Pop up.
2nd and 2. Complete. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there is hit. These guys will get the football back.
Result of the play, 1st down and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, D. Three.
From the gun, Mariota. Washington's got it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Third and short yardage, Mariota. Got an open man, that's Campbell. The end result, 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Touchdown.
from the shotgun. It's Mariota. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. On third down, Mariota will set up the screen to Blanche. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be fourth down. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
On first down, Dalvins, and he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now the Steelers put a stop to the act. With a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
I'm scared. Check 99. Check 99. Rotate. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Watch the safety creep.
Now Rashad Penny. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Got it. Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the run. Watch the run. 61. Max box.
On third down, Dalvins Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Now Mariota looking for Campbell downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. They'll run it with Jones. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. We're scoreless after 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Play action now. Mariota looking for Campbell down. He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 35. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a draw play. This is Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
And let's pin the mirrors back in front.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Let's go now. Hey, go on. You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get that? 66.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Throwing, Mariota. Jones has it. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Three.
To throw Mariota. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's Gordon. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
At the 46-yard line.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Switch.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Mariota. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. This is away, and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. 2nd and 13. And he finds Penny. It'll be a gain of 4, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's going to let this one go deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A 1st down throw for Mariota. Campbell making the catch. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler 1st. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Jones. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
If they want a 1st, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Throwing is Mariota. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. 2nd and 5. Looking deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch to be done. Sponge. No. Shift. 81.
From the gun, a give to Penny. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Second and 3. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd and short.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Not here. Shoot up.
Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. So a couple of 1st downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. 2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
throw here. And he will find his man on the outside. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They're looking at a first and goal from about the 9. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And Rosas puts this one through. And that will knot things up here late in the first half. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it. And that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
This fielded at the 2. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. This is fielded at the goal line. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
He steps out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. on the run, it's Penny. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Third down and 9.
Down. 15 on it. 15 on it. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And no forward progress here. This is going to be a safety. I think you'd have to say this crowd here in Seattle, this 12.
Architect of this stadium, combined with this crowd noise, makes it very difficult to run offense. And here, 2 points result for the defense.
It is deafening in here. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 15-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
First down.
Mariota now 14 out of 17, 82%. And it's 1st and 10. Now Jones. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 44.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. To throw is Mariota. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Mariota to throw it. Got an open man. It's Washington. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Going jet sweep. Here's Campbell. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
So many play callers in the red zone worry about the negative effects of a play that they're about to call. But this guy, all he's worried about is gaining yardage and putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers.
3rd and short yardage. Mariota. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They'll set up to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Second down and inches. That's caught by Penny. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready up, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Let's put him on the buses. 22, jet cover.
They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this this is going to be incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Mariota. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Mariota, and able to find Dorsett. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
On the Seahawks 44-yard line.
Let's get it.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Win championships, baby. Check 3, check 3.
Now Mariota. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
They're running, man. 56, the mock, boys. 56. Check 56.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And he will be out of bounds as the 3rd quarter comes to an end with an INT. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me. Switch.
They'll run with Penny. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 12-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, D.
Now back to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. Rosas good with the extra point, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Mariota. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Throwing, Mariota sets up the screen to Gordon. He finds some open field here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run here with Blanche. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
At the Seahawks 45-yard line.
50. Blue line. Check 56. On the ball. Shit.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. There goes Melvin Gordon. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Melvin Gordon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Let's go, let's get this ball back for the offense, let's go. 51's the Mike, 51's the Mike. Record. 3. Right here, guys. Mike 51, Mike 51. I'm here all day.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That's pulled in at the 32. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st down, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
You hate to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
58, right over there, right over there.
2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
And another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
That one good for 33 and a first.
First down, Steelers.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Check the hot read. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Mariota here to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Charlie. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there. 56. Here we go.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
Hey, here we go. Check 50.
Balaj. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Mariota. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because
it got his man complete. But he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Austin Hooper. A gain on the play. And that's good for a Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Okay, 55. Hey, eat. I'm on. Go now.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And say what you want about CenturyLink Field up in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league.
it's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game? They have it in their own stuff, right? The number of offsides penalties, false start penalties that they draw against the opposing team because of that fan support. And last but not least, they designed the stadium to keep the noise in, and it works.
But not in this one. They were able to somehow come in here and get that victory. So for Pittsburgh, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
How fit to be the boss? Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. And I gotta win no matter what. Like fourth down, Hail Mary, no punch. Like every time I touch down, I gotta stunt. Randy Moss, yeah, my numbers going up. All these trophies, what do I need any more for? Check the stats up, you can check the scoreboard. Check the stats, Jay Critch, I'm the QB. Ran it up and then I went and got a new freeze. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. If you ain't a winner, then don't come round. On my way to another city, it's a touchdown. Underlay, yeah, I gotta get it in a rush now. Let them hate, try to knock me down, but we got up now. You say that you ballin', keep it real though. Hey, why I never saw you in the field though? Hey, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon.
took me so